Imagine a sprawling Napa Valley vineyard, 30 miles from Sacramento, where rows of grapevines stretch 200 feet under a sky bruised with storm clouds, the air heavy with the scent of earth and fermenting wine. It's July 2025, and the Serenity Haven, a 50-acre estate tucked 10 miles from Napa's bustling wine tours, is a facade of tranquility. Its leader, Serafina Voss, a 40-year-old woman with piercing green eyes and a voice like velvet, promises her 30 followers enlightenment through her path of clarity. But in the estate's grand tasting room, 100 feet from the vineyard, a grim scene unfolds. 5 followers lie dead, their glasses of Merlot laced with poison, their faces frozen in agony. Serafina, standing 50 feet away in a flowing white dress, claims it was a ritual gone wrong, a tragic miscalculation, with herbal tonics. But a groundskeeper 200 feet from the tasting room finds a hidden compartment in a wine barrel 20 feet into the vineyard, containing vials of cyanide and a notebook with Serafina's handwriting. They doubted me. They had to go. FBI agents, dispatched from Sacramento 30 miles away, descend on the estate in hazmat suits, their flashlights sweeping the vines under a stormy sky. A raid of the mansion, 150 feet from the vineyard, uncovers a locked safe 10 feet from Serafina's office, stuffed with forged medical records and $50,000 in cash. This wasn't a spiritual retreat. It was a death trap, orchestrated by a woman whose charm masked a killer's intent. She promised salvation, but delivered death in every glass. Serenity Haven was a whispered legend in Napa, 10 miles from downtown, its iron gates 50 feet from the main road drawing curious tourists and desperate seekers. Serafina, 5 feet 7 inches with a magnetic aura, had built the cult over 5 years, her seminars 5 miles away in Napa's community center promising inner peace to lost souls. Her followers, ranging from 25 to 60 years old, lived in dorms 100 feet from the vineyard, their days filled with meditation and winemaking. Among them were Anna Reed, a 28-year-old barista from Sacramento, 30 miles away, and Mark Hensley, a 45-year-old accountant who'd left his job 20 miles away in Fairfield. Neighbors, like Clara, a 55-year-old vintner 300 feet from the estate, noticed oddities, late-night chants, 200 feet from the mansion, and delivery trucks at 3 a.m., 50 feet from the gates. Clara's tip, after finding a vial near the vineyard's edge, 20 feet from her fence, brought the FBI. Agent Laura Kim, a 17-year veteran with a sharp mind, led the raid, her team scouring the 200-foot vineyard. The tasting room, 100 feet from the vines, held the bodies, their glasses tainted with cyanide, confirmed by forensics 30 miles away. The notebook, hidden 20 feet into the vineyard, detailed Serafina's paranoia. Anna asked too many questions. Mark saw the accounts. Suspicion fell on Daniel, a 30-year-old groundskeeper 200 feet from the tasting room, whose sudden wealth, $10,000 in his trailer 5 miles away, raised red flags. The vineyard, 200 feet of gnarled vines under a sky-threatening rain, was a maze of shadows and secrets, its soil churned where the wine barrel stood, 20 feet from the edge. FBI agents, their hazmat suits rustling 30 miles from their Sacramento base, combed the estate, their metal detectors pinging near barrels 50 feet into the vineyard. The hidden compartment, carved inside a 5-foot oak barrel, held 3 vials of cyanide, a syringe, and the notebook, its pages scrawled with Serafina's plans. 5 must go. They threatened the path. Agent Kim, standing 5 feet 5 inches with a voice that cut through excuses, questioned Serafina in a sterile FBI field office 10 miles away, her white dress now stained with vineyard dirt. She claimed the deaths were accidental, a cleansing ritual, using natural herbs, gone awry, but the cyanide, sourced from a lab 20 miles away in Fairfield, told a different story. The tasting room, 100 feet from the vineyard, was a crime scene. 5 glasses, each with traces of poison, sat on a mahogany table. The victims, Anna, Mark, and 3 others, sprawled on the floor, their eyes wide with betrayal. A search of the mansion, 150 feet away, uncovered the safe, 10 feet from Serafina's office, with forged medical records claiming the victims had heart conditions, and a ledger showing $50,000 in untraced cash withdrawals from a bank 5 miles away in Napa. Daniel, the groundskeeper, was a wild card. His trailer, 5 miles from the estate, had a new TV and stacks of cash, $10,000, hidden under a floorboard 3 feet from his bed. Had he supplied the cyanide? His story. He'd found the vial by chance 20 feet from the vineyard, wavered under Kim's scrutiny. Clara, the vintner neighbor 300 feet away, recalled seeing Daniel with Serafina late at night, 50 feet from the mansion, loading crates into a truck. Anna's sister, Emily, 30 miles away in Sacramento, said Anna had called her, scared, from a payphone 5 miles away, saying Serafina was controlling everything. Mark's laptop, seized 100 feet from the dorms, had emails to a friend 10 miles away. Serafina's hiding money. I'm out. The vineyard soil, tested 30 miles away, held traces of cyanide near the barrel, 20 feet from the vines. A second search, 150 feet from the mansion, found a burner phone in Serafina's office, 10 feet from the safe, with texts to an unknown number. It's done. Clean the barrels. The San Francisco lead, 100 miles from Napa, was a bank 5 miles from downtown, where Serafina's account held $200,000, deposited in cash over 6 months. Agents, 30 miles from their Sacramento base, traced the funds to offshore accounts, hinting at fraud. Agent Kim, back at the field office 10 miles away, pressed Serafina, whose calm facade cracked when shown the bank records. She admitted skimming donations from followers 100 feet from the dorms, but denied murder, claiming the cyanide was for pest control in the vineyard 200 feet long. The notebook, found 20 feet from the vines, told a darker truth. Anna found the ledger. Mark was asking questions. They had to be silenced. The victims' autopsies, conducted 30 miles away, confirmed cyanide poisoning, with traces in their blood matching the vials in the barrel 50 feet into the vineyard. The burner phone, 10 feet from Serafina's office, had texts to Daniel. Dispose of the extras. No traces. Daniel, questioned 5 miles away in his trailer, broke, admitting he'd hidden the vials for Serafina, thinking they were for rats, not people, for a $10,000 payoff. Clara, 300 feet from the estate, saw Daniel moving barrels at midnight, 20 feet from the vineyard, his truck parked 50 feet away. Emily, Anna's sister, revealed Anna's fears of Serafina's tests of loyalty, mentioned in calls from a payphone 5 miles away. Mark's emails, from his laptop 100 feet from the dorms, hinted at financial scams. Serafina was siphoning donations to offshore accounts, 100 miles away. A third search, 150 feet from the mansion, found a hidden room, 15 feet from the tasting room, with forged IDs for Serafina under aliases. The vineyard's barrels, 50 feet from the vines, held more vials buried 3 feet deep. A new lead, 150 miles away in Fresno. A pawned necklace tied to Anna, pointed to Serafina selling victims' belongings. The Fresno lead, 150 miles from Napa, was a pawn shop 5 miles from downtown, where Anna's necklace, a silver pendant, was sold by Serafina days after the murders. Agents, 30 miles from Sacramento, pieced together the case. The notebook, vials, burner phone, bank records, necklace. Serafina confessed, her voice shaking, they were going to ruin everything. She'd poisoned the 5 followers in the tasting room, 100 feet from the vineyard, after Anna and Mark questioned her finances, uncovered in a ledger 10 feet from her office. The cyanide, sourced 20 miles away, was meant to silence doubters, masked as a ritual cleanse. Daniel, manipulated with cash, hid the evidence in the barrel, 20 feet from the vines, unaware of the murders. The $200,000, traced 100 miles away, funded Serafina's escape plan, thwarted by Clara's tip, 300 feet from the estate. Emily started a victims fund, 30 miles away. Serafina's arrest for murder and fraud shocked Napa, her mugshot in tabloids, Vineyard of Venom, and Cult Killer's Wine. This fictional tale, inspired by cult crimes, warns that charisma can poison trust.